All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're gonna do a little free agency update. I mean, I hope there's a lot more that comes with this free agency, especially for the Packers. But for now, this is what we got. I'm just gonna run right through it. There's nothing crazy. It's just I want to touch on a couple of key players that we re-signed. And the most recent one was Justin Hollins. I was really happy with this re-signing. I don't know if it talks about how cheap it was, but I think it was um, right around the 2 million mark. It was somewhere from 1 to 3. I'll say that. But just a 1 year deal. Um, I like him a lot as a player. He played really well when Rashawn Gary was out, and there was a stat. It was like weeks 8 or 12 to 18. He was like 17th in total pressures, which is huge. And we desperately need that edge help, especially because we don't know the timeline of Rashawn Gary and when he'll be back to full speed. So that's the key part. He might be back day one, but full speed takes a while, especially off an ACL. So I was really happy to take Justin Hollins back. I personally like him more than Preston Smith, but that's my opinion. I think Preston Smith's kind of lazy. That's what we'll go. That's what I think about Hollins. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think of each signing and whether it matters or not. Tarvarius Moore. Um, I like it a lot because since we signed Tarvarius Moore and Rudy Ford, I doubt we're gonna bring back Adrian Amos, which kind of stinks because we're already paying him $7 million because of all those void contracts, which kind of make me mad. But I hope we stop doing those void contracts because we have to pay like $16 million worth of void contracts this year, and that's just way too much money. But to get back to Tarvarius Moore, he was a third round selection for the San Fran 49ers. He just didn't get to play much because that defense is literally the number one defense. So you can't blame him. The dude's only been in a couple leagues, yeah, in a couple years. Then right here you can see he missed 2021 with the torn Achilles. But I actually like Tarvarius Moore. Dude's really athletic. Um, and we need that safety help. I would be really happy if you know they just give him a shot because like we did with Rudy Ford last year when we gave him a shot, he was really good. So I hope we just give that to Tarvarius Moore, um, and at least he's a special teams player. But I think he has really high potential, and I'm actually pretty excited about this signing when I saw it. The most important one though, Keyshawn Nixon. I mean, goodness gracious. If there was one player you had to bring back, it might be him. He literally won us a couple games. The Miami game was crazy. That actually might have won us the game because we were kind of far behind if he didn't make that insane run back. So and then also it was great on the Vikings game and so many other. I mean, he was an All Pro. I mean, I personally wish he was like we did like a 3 year, $10 million contract instead of like a 1 year up to 6 million. Because I don't know, he's never gonna be that corner. He's just kind of a depth corner piece. But if you give him three, if we can get an All Pro kick returner for 3 years, I think we do it. I just saying, if I was the GM, I would have gotten him for 3 years because dude's just incredible. Has the best vision I've ever seen since like Devin Hester. So yeah, Keyshawn Nixon, incredible signing. Um, Tad expensive, but I'm gonna still give it like an A because I mean, dude's great. Especially oh gosh, it talks about Amari Rogers down here. That was rough seeing him at punt return and all that. Oh, terrible to watch. But I wish him the best at Houston. Next safety help. Rudy Ford. Rudy Ford. His best game was the Cowboys game. That was incredible. Had those two picks on Dak Prescott. I was just going crazy. But I think, like I said, Adrian Amos is not going to return, especially when we sign two safeties. I personally think we're going to grab a safety within the first 3 rounds, hopefully. And hopefully we have some extra picks from the Aaron Rodgers signing, or sorry, trade. Um, and so we can go get like I'm personally a big fan of like Jordan Battle. A couple other ones are pretty good too, but I just want that deep safety who's just a freaking beast. And so it's been a while since we've had that because Amos had a rough year, but yeah. I mean, it's a decent little signing, and hopefully he can just keep doing what he's doing. Oh, it's interesting. He said he's no guarantee to make the roster. That's kind of odd because I feel like he'd make the roster unless we draft like two or three safeties. It's not like we're dying in the safety room, you know. Darnell Savage has been rough, but you know, we still need a lot. Interesting one here because Corey Ballentine, I don't really know a ton about him. He had a couple of flashes, I guess. But I guess right here it says Rich Bisaccia liked him, and so you might as well keep him. If Rich likes him, yeah, he's a good coach. I like him a lot. I mean, I love bumping him up to the assistant head coach as well. But it's it's one of those signings that's it's not flashy at all. It's a special teamer, but hey, that's one of the most important things in the game, especially because we suck at it. So that's for sure. Second to last one, Tyler Davis. We have no tight ends. We tried for Tyler Davis to make him, decent, but he hasn't shown what he's capable of and what we thought he was capable of. So he's literally just signed for depth that we need, and he knows the system. That's I think the biggest thing is knowing the system. Matt Orzek, Jake Coco was good last year. I mean, it says he's inconsistent, but like most long snappers are inconsistent, so that's just going to be a little battle. But I'm excited to see where this goes because I like us re-signing players because just having that knowledge of Green Bay and scheme fit, especially with Justin Hollins, I mean that was great. And then I'm really hoping for Tarvarius Moore to show something, and he could potentially be one of our starters. So that's pretty much it so far. Hopefully we get some more signings soon, like a receiver, but we'll touch more on that later. But for now, let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me who you actually want that's still left in free agency, and I can make some videos about that. So like the video and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Peace.